Hi, it's Maija here today with a short and sweet book recommendations tag. The original was created by Zariah Rose, and I saw this tag on Shelby's channel at Read and Find Out, and I will link both of their channels down below. First, the tag asks you to recommend the best book you read last month, and that was Robin Hobb's The Dragon Keeper, the first book in her Rainwild Chronicles series. And this is a pretty tricky recommendation because you have to have read all of her other books in this same world before reading this one for this to get the full impact. So I'm going to recommend either Assassin's Apprentice, the first book in her first trilogy, the Farseer trilogy, or The Ship of Magic, the first book in her second trilogy, the Live Ship Traders trilogy. Because in my opinion, you can either go the actual order of Farseer, Live Ship, Tawnyman, Raidwilds, or you can go Live Ship, Farseer, Tawnyman, Raidwilds. I recommend this whole fantasy world. Robin Hobb just writes such great characters. She really goes inside the characters' heads. She's one of my favorite authors. I highly recommend her. The second prompt is to recommend an old favorite, and I'm going to recommend Good Omens, The Nice and Accurate Prophecies of Agnes Nutter, Witch, by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. And this is timely again because there's a TV series coming out, and this is about a demon and an angel trying to stop the apocalypse when the Antichrist is born. Next, we are asked to recommend a non-fiction, and for this I'm going to recommend Tom Rice's The Black Count, Glory, Revolution, Betrayal, and the Real Count of Monte Cristo. And this tells us the fascinating story of Alexandre Dumas, the author's father. He was a black man serving the military during the French Revolution. His father was a white French aristocrat, and his mother was a slave woman. He had such an interesting life. He's an interesting character, but this also gives you a look into French history at the time and in the French attitudes to race at the time. And the final recommendation prompt is for a book that will help people escape, and for this I'm going to recommend House Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. This is such a feel-good book. You might have seen the movie. The movie and the book share a lot of elements, but they are quite different in the end. And this of course tells about Sophie, who is the eldest of three sisters, and she is cursed by the Witch of the Waste. She changes into an old lady, and she sort of hires herself as the cleaning lady for the wizard Howl, so she lives in his moving castle. And this is, like I said, such a feel-good book, and I think it's a great, like, a winter read. I think I will have to reread this soon myself. I'm really feeling in the mood to reread this. I've reread this multiple times, and I actually prefer the book to the movie, but it might be because I read the book before I saw the movie. So here were my recommendations for the tag. I am very glad if you decide to pick one of these books up. And I will not tag anyone because I'm doing so many tags during this Vlogmas that people will just get bored with me tagging them. So I'm not gonna tag anyone. I just wanted to give you recommendations. So that's all from me for now, and I will see you tomorrow.